Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. The new year is upon us. Let's talk about that.
I'm Angie Murphy. Need to find some space in your home? We'll talk about that.
And I'm Stacy Beck. We'll also chat about some beauty ideas.
Coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How is everyone doing?
Good. Thank you.
good.
Thanks for having me again.
Oh, we
guys.
love having you here. Thanks for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Yes.
So how was your Christmas?
Good. Mine was really good.
Oh, I'm sure yours was amazing this year.
We had 2 little new grandbabies born this year, so we have just had so much fun.
my gosh.
And one is not quite old enough to really know what's going on, but the other one is into the wrapping, trying to stand on the presents, and just
They are
so much fun.
precious.
But then do you realize too, you could have just stopped at wrapping?
Yeah, I could have. I mean, I gave him wrapping paper while I was wrapping and just loved every minute of it. Ribbon all over the place. And
fun.
So yeah, that's all they need.
Oh my word.
Oh,
So I follow you, of course, on Instagram and Facebook, and I think the most precious thing was watching them when they had their pictures taken with Santa. Oh, that was
I think I was the worst part of it.
Oh, no, that was
laughing.
Oh no, that's the best part of it, and I love that they weren't even scared.
No,
so
I mean,
maybe
not
by
just
next
would
year,
look up and who is this guy? And we're like, okay, what is he
And
going to
next
do?
year they'll
And
be
then
screaming.
clap. Yeah, next year he'll be scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
so fun! This has to be just amazing for
It was
you.
so much fun. Just magical. It brings back the magic of Christmas to have little ones.
It totally
and
does.
even though they're babies, they're just so sweet, and I think it was really fun to have
Well,
them.
you have little ones.
I was going to say, I think it would be okay to stay in this phase forever too,
And you
because
took Vera
it's
to the Nutcracker.
yes,
Right?
yes,
Tell
and
us
I
about
think
that.
I think this year was probably the most magical year too. I would be okay to just kind of stay at
Because
this.
she's 6.
Yes, and she's right on the cusp of just between just being just little tiny girl and being okay with tutus still and just kind of naive to everything, but just, I don't know, just enjoying in the magic of Christmas. I kind of hate for her to turn 7. There's just something so big about 7.
Right.
But she really, I mean, she sat quietly this year and just took it all in and enjoyed everything. But yes, the Nutcracker this year was the new production of Ballet West. And so if you've been in the past, I mean, not that it's really changed that much. It's still the Nutcracker. But there were all new costuming this year, and then some of the theatrics behind it. So,
So like the lady with the dress or something. Did they do any
oh my
changes?
goodness!
Okay.
Yes. So Mother Bethune was yes. So that was super fun.
You know your
so,
stuff.
I do. I love the Nutcracker. I danced it when I was younger.
Oh,
Not there.
So her costume this year was more of like a beehive style, so kind of like a big beehive design, and
how
the little
cute.
dancers that pop out were like the little bees.
Bees? Oh, cute.
So super
like
cute.
after Utah, maybe?
Yes. I don't know about that for sure,
Right.
but everything seemed kind of fresh. So, and even the dancing bear that comes to life, just the costuming looked a little bit newer, a little more fresh, and then. The dancing doll, I noticed the hinges even on her tights were more painted and more noticeable, and some of the fairies had more wings or more. I don't know. It's just I mean,
more
it's
attention
gorgeous,
to detail
just
and-
gorgeous anyway. But yes,
Do you go every year?
Yes.
Okay,
so
I was going to say, because you're rambling off all these details. You must really know.
Oh, I love the composition. So if you're familiar with the music and the dancing, and
well, Kathleen Nelson, who lives in our neighborhood, she dances the Nutcracker. So last year when we went, she was one of the ones dancing.
Oh, really?
And then they sell the toe shoes of the dancers there,
and they're signed.
And so we were able to find a pair of hers, and so that was just a really neat connection. So I bought that, and gave it to my mom because she, she inspired us with dance. Yeah, she loves it.
Oh, that's awesome!
fun.
So
Really neat stuff up
so
there.
we've started buying a tree ornament every year. So we pick kind of one of the different scenes from the Nutcracker every year, and we've started adding that to our tree. So we're hoping that that's something that we can continue through the years. Bear and I and my mom, and then we have some friends that have joined us as well, and then hopefully they kind of take their daughters through the years and.
That's a great fun tradition.
So maybe
that's so fun.
That is really
maybe you
fun.
can start that as well.
Yeah,
super
I think
fun.
so.
It's been, I bet, a decade since I've seen it, so I definitely
So
need to
we
get
need
back.
to
Yes, you need to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what about gifts? Did you get everything your little heart desired?
Oh, I didn't even want anything.
Well, I decided that I wanted a new Apple Watch, the new Series 3.
Okay.
And he went down there with me and he's like, well, we'll just get one for you. And within like 10, 15 minutes, he was looking at the one for him. We walked out of there both with a new Apple Watch.
Awesome.
But the guy's like, so do you want us to set it all up? And I'm like, I do, but I want to wrap it. So we're not going to use it until Christmas.
Yeah,
So
good for you.
Yeah, I know. I like us. It's not a surprise, but I like to wait till Christmas.
So when I ran your gift over a couple weeks before Christmas, and I texted her later that night because I cannot even wait to open the presents, and so I'm like,
I'm horrible too.
thank you, I love it. Explain
love
this
to
and
wait.
this, and then she's like, well, I'm sure yours is great. I'm waiting till Christmas. I'm like, I'm I'm like a little kid. I can't even wait to open my gift.
But I have kind of the unwritten rule, like with friends, you could open your gifts beforehand, but Santa, you have to wait.
Right, for Santa.
Right. If it's in cellophane and I can kind of see it, then I'll unwrap it. But I don't know. I just like to wait. I'm like a child like that a little bit.
Wait.
So I love Stacy's gift. My bucket list. Isn't that what it's called?
I was going to say that gift has been just a really good gift this year. So I gave it
neat.
again to my friends as well. Yeah.
I just think it's so neat. I haven't dove all the way into it, but it's really inspired me.
One.
Yep.
Thanks, Natasha.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. So we'll touch on that later too, because I think there's some things that, along with New Year's resolutions, adding maybe 5 more things or 10 more things to the list this year of things that maybe we can accomplish this year, or things that we want to do.
Yeah.
And one thing that I would really like to do this year too, and again, we can touch on this later, but there's a bucket list for couples. So things that you can do on your own, but also things that you can do as a couple, or maybe even as a family. But that could be a lot of fun. But anyway, a really good, a really good holiday for everyone, it seems.
So what about returns? Have you guys had to do any returns yet?
No, I think that I'm particular with what I purchase. And then if someone purchases something for me, then I'm just going to keep it. And,
So what about online? Like if you buy something online, is it harder to return something?
I think it's easy.
I think it's easy too. And I think Amazon is the bomb for that. They've made it so easy that it's like print your label, put it in the box, return it, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like their overhead is so massive now.
I just love their shipping.
so easy.
I love everything. And the PayPal, I can just press of a finger and I got it there.
It's pretty amazing.
I did most of my shopping online this year. I really did. Yeah.
And Costco is another great place to return.
Yes, they are.
People say that. I've not really had any troubles there.
It's so easy.
But
like
I hear great things about that. Yep. So and I'm pretty easy to buy for too. I'm like, just gift card. Thank you.
So if we don't get you a gift card,
no, that's not true either. No.
I like gifts too.
Yes, I think everybody does. But no, it was a great holiday season. Yeah.
It was.
Looking forward to a new year ahead. It's just crazy that it goes so fast. It just seems like we were just here and now it's 2018.
Oh my
and we're
gosh, unbelievable. I know. Going to be the best year yet, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
We have a fun lineup today. I'm excited for our guests.
Yeah, I am too. My daughter being one.
I know. I'm excited.
Yep, it'll be good.
Coming up next, as the new year begins, what are you going to do in 2018? Welcome back to Studio Chatter. It seems like just yesterday we were getting into 2017 and now, pow, we are faced with 2018. How do you want the new year to look for you?
I want calmer. I want to try.
What does that look like in your life then?
I don't know. I think I just need to prioritize and decide. I think I'm trying to balance right now between being a mom, being a grandma, and also having parents that are aging. And I feel like I'm constantly trying to break traditions, start traditions. I just feel like I really need to write my priorities down and try and spend quality time with each one of those people. And however that looks, I don't know.
Because it is going to look different than what it did a decade ago.
It is, yep. And what's important to me now, it still could be, but I need to insert those people into my life. And I've noticed, like with my mom, she doesn't feel well and she's really lonely. And I thought I need to spend at least, a couple hours during my week with her. There's just certain priorities that I feel like I need to do.
That's good to recognize that.
Yeah. I think
I
that's
love that.
one. Yeah, I think so.
So, if you don't mind, I'm going to add on that. There was 2 instances for me over the holidays, and it was really strange for me as an adult because you just don't get that time all the time. I think to spend one-on-one with your parents.
Yes.
So I had a daddy-daughter date with my dad one day, and he had asked me specifically to go shopping with him one day to go pick some shoes. So we took an entire day and we went shoe shopping for him. And he
for him.
Wow. And he knew exactly what he wanted, and it was focused entirely on him, and he picked his shoes and he got 3 pair exactly what he wanted. And we went to lunch together, and then we did some shopping for the kids, but it was just the 2 of us and spent the day together, and it was so nice.
And that's all they really want.
Oh my gosh.
It's just that quality time with us.
But it was
Focused
after
on
I
him.
got home and just that reflection, I'm like, why haven't I been doing this all along?
Right.
And it's so just taking out that time, and it wasn't, my mom wasn't there, the kids weren't there, nobody else. I didn't think about work. It wasn't anything else but just the 2 of us. And I'm like, I really need to do this more often. Oddly enough, the very next day, it was just my mom and I. We went to dinner, a very grown-up dinner. We went to a concert that evening, just had the entire day just ourselves, no kids, no dad, and I'm like, you just really do. Just need to take that time out because I'm in the very same position.
Yeah.
I'm raising kids and raising parents, so to speak. So I think that's
trying to
it.
find the balance and not feeling overwhelmed.
I love
with
it. So yes, just finding balance between work, kids, just in everything. So thanks for that.
With that.
Yeah, I think that's a very good thing to focus
I
on.
saw on the news a lot of, in the last decade, we know with smartphones and social media, 10 years ago, people didn't deal with this. And a lot of people are now dealing with anxiety and depression because of social media. And so I was listening to the news recently, and they were saying that a lot of it's because of the social media. And so there's some apps that you can actually follow your social media. And so I just got online and downloaded one, and it's called Quiet Time, I believe. And it's not even the one that they told us. Nope, it's called Quality Time. So I downloaded this app, and it watches all of how often you unlock your screen, what social media, how long you were on it. And on the news, they suggested not to have more than 2 hours a day
on your social media.
On social media. Which just seems like,
almost
and
nowadays.
it seems like so much anyway.
Right.
Yes.
So today I'm at 119. So I was
that's not bad.
And mind you, that is including all my emails. And I
were
did
you
not
trying today, or was this just
No, I think it was
natural?
kind of an average day. Like it told me how long I was on Pandora, emails, how often, what time of the day. So it's a really great self-check if you are dealing with managing that. And I think adults, we're as guilty as any teenager out there. When your child's trying to engage in a conversation with you and you're just like,
Yeah, or I noticed just at dinner or anything when we're sitting there and there's that downtime, it's like our brains need that. We can't just sit and
meditate,
just conversate.
just like think about
Yeah,
things.
I almost have to leave my phone in another room plugged in so that I can engage sometimes. I mean, I'm not horrible, but I think it's just becoming
it's
habit.
habitual. It is. How many times in the morning are you?
Yes, like
That's the first thing.
first thing.
Well, my alarm's there,
Right.
and so you reach for it, you
And then I
snooze
start
on
looking
that,
my
and then you
news,
start
my
looking.
email.
You do.
Yep.
It's really. I love that.
Yeah,
I do love
I
that.
report back. Day 1 is 119, but then maybe tomorrow's going to be 3 hours, and I'll be disgusted.
Well, and that's just this age group. But I've been to a lecture before, and the generations behind us, they've been called the look down generation because they're constantly
and they have neck problems, chiropractors are noticing
so
certain
having
things.
to break away from that, and they actually say as part of their day, and they're doing their homework or everything else as part of their day, that social media has just become such a part
Integrated
of that.
in everything.
I mean, I catch myself too with the kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Right.
Like, focus.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah. That's a really. I think everybody could use that.
Because I think we're just going to be getting more and more technology. Yeah. So I think we do need to start learning how to manage it.
Yeah,
just
good
better.
Self-check.
Yep.
And it's been cool. I've talked to a couple moms recently in their 40s and their kids. And my 21-year-old deleted her Twitter. My friend said both of her sons that are in their 20s deleted their Facebook. That they're noticing that it's not the best place for them to put their time. And I thought, how cool that they're noticing it.
Yeah, if you are feeling insecure or down because of these, I'm not able to go on those trips, or I don't get with family
then just
often.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, I say then just stay away from it if it's making you feel bad.
And my days that I do the least amount, it's just like a better day, like I'm more fulfilled of what I'm really needing to be doing.
Yeah, and sometimes people say, oh, did you see that? And I'm like, oh, I didn't check my Instagram. I don't know what's going on in your world. But then it's refreshing as well. Yeah, it is.
Well, sometimes it's more important to know what's going on in the world instead of what's going on Instagram, or setting that aside and de-junking what's needs dejunking in your actual house or in the cupboards, or that's another one of my another one of our goals, trying to get organized that way, and maybe go for a walk and get fit, all of those things that are on our list for the new year. So
perfect.
Very good.
Yep.
I know I can take a minute and sit down and think about my new year.
I need to too.
I kind of like, as we meet people throughout this year, or this past year, people come in like Connie Sokol, and you go home that after filming and think, oh, I need
so fulfilled.
I need to tweak that, or you meet someone different, and so I kind of feel like I tweak things throughout the year
with people that you engage
rather than
with,
just January 1st make all of these big changes. I try and
throughout the year make changes.
That's, I think, how I do it.
I think that's okay, because I think we get overwhelmed with being January 1st has to be our time to set new goals. Yeah. I think it's wise to do it all year round.
Certainly not get tripped up by that date, right? Coming up next, we will talk about some great beauty ideas. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. We've been taking care of our hair the same way for years, but can we improve on that? Let's welcome Brooke Clark to the show.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
We're so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Talk all things hair.
And then you're a little insecure, because are you always looking at hair?
Guys, maybe when I'm sitting in church, I'm like,
she could really use a trim.
No.
Or a better color.
I think all three of us know you in some capacity.
Yeah, we do.
So, I think that you've styled Stacy's hair before. I know that you've styled my daughter's hair before. I think you've even cut or trimmed mine before or something.
Yes, she's cut mine and my husband's for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to school.
Okay, very good. So obviously you've been doing hair for a while.
22 years.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
Wow.
I'm like that
so
old
awesome.
lady that has my weekly gals. No, it's been
awesome.
22 years.
No, it's really, really nice to have an expert. So we value your opinion. But there's been a lot of chat lately about no heat or heat damage. So tell us the buzz about that.
Okay, so here is my take. I am, how do I even start this? Once social media hit, everyone cared way too much about their hair all the time. We used to just wash and go. And so now flat irons came out mostly for like ethnic hair to just kind of straighten, photo shoots, all of that. And now people are doing it every day. So it all started, I have this adorable niece in high school. She started using her flat iron. And one thing I noticed is all of us have that friend that we know that has hair over here and not hair over here. And they use the flat iron over and over and over. So I kind of did a thing with her where I'm like, don't use heat. No heat at all. And she fought me and fought me and fought me. So after about 6 months, I wish I had my before and after of her, because I use that all the time.
Wow.
Amazing difference. And people ask me all the time, how do you get your hair so healthy?
Yeah, you have amazing hair.
You guys, I don't do anything with my hair.
Because you're not styling it every day.
No, I wash my hair maybe every 4 to 5 days.
Is that
too.
Right.
Me too.
Is that what
I
you
do mine
normally
about
should
every
do?
4.
I do get greasy a little bit though, and so I'm like dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo
probably
works.
better
Dry
than,
shampoo,
like,
yes.
Yes.
Yes, dry
It's better than
shampoos
washing the
work.
whole head.
But I think if you find that right product for you, you're not overcompensating with the oils.
Right.
And yeah. So
Okay, so we'll talk about that.
yeah.
later,
Talk
too.
about this no
Yes.
heat. How long and how often?
Okay, so my goal is 1 week out of the month.
Wow, every
And
month.
everyone you guys that get that all the time, like, oh, I can't do it. But there's fun things you can do. Wash your hair at night, throw braids in it, let it dry. You've got like fun beach waves and you didn't use heat. So you just get creative. You just get
So 1 week a month.
1 week a month, 12
And you
months.
really can notice a big difference.
You can.
Okay.
But is
Yeah.
it because you look at some of the straightening brushes or even the flat irons or the triple barrels or there's a bazillion
Right.
different. Is it because the heat is up to what, 400, 300 or
Yes,
I
and you're
mean,
doing it every day. Every single day you're using heat on your hair.
I mean, it's scary. I mean, when you're like flying and you can smell it. You can smell the
and you can
heat
see the
burning.
steam coming off of it. And I'm like, okay, am I burning it or
But I'm
is
just
that
getting to the
normal?
point too, like when you're doing it, you're like, it's not working if it doesn't smell, like if you can't
Right.
smell
If
it,
it
right?
doesn't
If it's not, if it's not
burn.
steaming, right?
Right.
It's not, it doesn't work.
Should
It's
we
not.
use a lower temperature?
Lower temperatures help. People always ask me what blow dryers. I always say turn it on, and if you can hold your hand in front of it, it's okay. If you have to whip it away, then yes, it's
So
too
I'm
hot.
probably blow drying too hot.
But we try. We're like, oh, it's
do it really
faster.
fast,
Yes,
right.
I'm always
yes.
about quick.
I know.
Get it done.
So lower
Okay.
temperature.
Lower
take it
temperature,
longer.
yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
what is, ionic or non-ionic or what, I mean, what does it mean?
Well,
And what does it matter?
Right.
I think as far as the heat ions, non-ionic, it's kind of been a phase, but as long as it's not too hot, you're okay.
All right.
At the hand test. And no, you're not going to grab your round brush or your, not round brush, your wand or your flat iron, but.
Right.
I'm like a marketing person's dream. I'm like, oh, the Dyson. I mean, like,
Oh,
I've tried
the
that.
Dyson.
Seriously, I've seen the new Dyson blow dryer. I'm like, oh, it's a Dyson. I think I
gotta
need
have
it, right?
Okay.
So yeah, or if ionic, I'm like, oh, it has the little pointy tip on the end. It must be better.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. So this is good. This is all
Yes.
very good.
Brooke, what
Okay.
products do you
Yes.
think we need to be using in
Okay.
these cold, dry winter months in
Yes.
Utah?
So I have hair products out here, but I also have my face exfoliant because who exfoliates their hair? Probably not a lot of us, but we should have, yes, a clarifying shampoo. Always put a clarifying shampoo in your shower. Do it
How often do you do
once
that?
a month.
Okay.
that good
So
one?
maybe on the same week that you're doing no heat, that could be your
That
week to
could
do
be
that.
it.
You're clarifying.
It strips off all of the products, the minerals that are in the water. Sometimes you're just like, my hair just won't curl. It
Yes.
just feels flat.
Right.
Use your clarifying shampoos.
Okay.
And it'll strip that off.
Are there a lot of different brands?
Yes,
Okay.
every brand has one. That's just one I
Clean
had.
Maniac Micellar? Is that how you say that?
Redken?
My
Maniac?
cellular.
Micellar. Okay.
It's- Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. So, you guys, the Olaplex Kick, I tell you, that is the one product in 22 years that I can't live without. Get an Olaplex treatment. If you have a stylist that uses color, she needs to be using Olaplex.
Okay.
Hands down, amazing.
It's okay. I won't open your
But
product.
they
like the
have
smells.
take-home Olaplex treatments.
Okay.
You can
So
do
what is
those.
that? Like a conditioner?
Like a
that
deep
leave-
conditioner?
It's a pre-shampoo treatment. It works better. It goes in and repairs the hair from the inside out. So a conditioner is just going to sit on the hair. This is actually going to go into the hair.
So do you do that before
you shampoo?
Okay.
And it suggests once a week, but where I don't wash my hair that much,
Okay.
Once a month.
I do mine maybe once a month.
Okay.
Do you have an oil here?
Right.
Yes.
Is that the orange one?
Yes. A lot of people use the oils before they blow dry their hair.
Should be after.
It should be after because it just sits on your hair, so it's not going to really help your hair. What you want to do before you blow dry is the leave-in sprays.
Okay. Okay, I'm doing that right.
Yeah. See?
One down.
So I joke about styling my hair with Static Guard, but I literally spray my brush with Static Guard because it's so fly away in the
Especially
winter. Is
this-
that
yes.
right, wrong,
You know,
indifferent?
if it works for you, great. But I feel like if you're using like good shampoo and conditioner with the Olaplex and the spray, you really should
shouldn't
be
need it.
okay. But winters
So
are
if we're
hard.
really fly away, what does that mean? What do we need more
You
of?
need more moisture.
Okay.
Definitely.
All
And
right.
it's so hard this time of year with we have our heaters on. One thing I'll do too is just get a big pot of water. Put it on simmer, put cloves in it, whatever, and it just adds a little moisture.
To the air, just to the air.
That's why my mom used to boil those things.
Yeah.
It's double reasons.
Yeah.
And then what about a reversal system? So conditioning first and shampooing after. Do you buy into that at all? Because then I did
heard of that.
Oh, I did that. I've
It's
done
kind of
that
been the
before, and then I'm
craze.
like, woo, fly away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a mess.
I think people just get bored and they're like, let's try this new.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Okay, what about
Seriously, I'm a marketing person's dream.
switching up your brand? Let's say you're using
Yes.
Pureology, you have a big bottle like this. The next time you go shop, should you maybe try Redken?
You know,
Or if it works,
if
just
you're
stay
like
with it?
me and you get bored, yes. But I always end up going back to my favorite shampoo and conditioner. But I feel like try things, see what works. I mean, you get hooked in your one little brand. And they're always changing things up. There are brands I didn't like and now I like. And
Okay.
Right, and then like color treated. Should you do that sort of like customized type of shampoo? So if we're coloring our hair, should we do a color treated shampoo and conditioner?
absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like with color treated products, as long as it's sulfate free, you're safe. But now
Okay.
they have all the fun color shampoos and conditioners. So those are good.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
And then one more quick question. What about how much shampoo? Like they say that we use most women use
probably
too
do.
much
We use
shampoo.
too much.
Conditioner,
Yeah, and too much conditioner.
So that's a good question. The products I use are very concentrated. So I probably use about a quarter size.
Okay.
But a lot of people use stuff from Walmart and they need a lot.
Yeah.
It's because it's probably half water. So you guys, good products are worth the money.
I noticed a big difference in my hair once I went from Suave to Pureology, and that was my jump. But wow, what a difference!
Yes.
But you're saving money because
You're
yes,
using
it's a
less.
big bottle.
and
better
You're
product,
using
yeah.
less.
And it's better for
So,
your hair.
Brooke, I'm sure if someone wants to come and use you as their hairstylist, how can someone get a hold of you?
So you guys can reach me on my cell. Do
Okay.
I give that out?
Yes, you
You
do.
guys. So it's 801-669-1781. And I'm just here on Main Street in Spanish Fork.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for
Wonderful.
coming.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you,
guys.
Brooke.
Coming up next, we all love a good book. So what's new in the book industry? Stay with us for the conversation. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Deseret Book has been in our area for a long time. Let's find out what plans they have for the new year. Let's welcome Mindy Tackett and Lane Rogers to the table.
Hi, how's it going?
We're way excited.
We are.
I bet you're glad Christmas is behind you, and maybe it will slow down a little bit.
I think we need a little bit longer nap first.
Busy place.
Those long
Redo
days.
the whole store again. and-
Well,
We're
we
already
are.
starting, yeah.
Yeah, we'll hopefully
Thank
have
you
the
for
store.
coming
full.
in and not taking a nap.
It was a tough decision, let me tell you.
So what are your roles at the store? What do you do there?
So I am a supervisor. I'm basically a distribution supervisor, but I pretty much can do anything in the store. I've been there, I'm going on my 7 years.
Oh,
So-
wow. That's amazing.
Been there a long
At
time.
the same location? Okay.
Yep.
And what about you?
And so I am we need something done, so Lane will do it. We need a ladder climb, Lane will do it.
Everybody needs a lane, yes.
That's right. They say, let's move this over there, but we'll just have Lane do it.
He has a list. It's called Lane's List. It's on the
right.
back.
A
And
big whiteboard, they just list everything they want me to do there.
I love it. You make it happen.
So
Sometimes.
you guys are doing Facebook Lives. Tell us about that.
yes.
Well, about a year ago, we had an author come into our store, and we said we need to promote him being here because he's not a very big author, but we're glad to have him. So we said let's do a live video.
Yeah. Facebook Live was getting it was getting
Yes.
popular.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're like, let's just do it. You know, we
We
didn't
were
know
both
what
so
we were
nervous. We didn't know what was going on. I'm looking like over there.
Yeah, we were really bad. But we're just like, let's just do it. And then we noticed that it was a lot
reached
better
them.
than
Yeah.
a regular post. And so then the next week we were like, well, let's just do another one.
Yeah.
And so we were in the little art area and we just had Christmas because it was around Christmas time and we're just showing product. And we just discovered that was a good way to get a lot of product in
In front of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then we were just like, let's just do these every week. And so Lane was like, let's do them on Mondays because that's when we change products.
And
or we
Mindy
get
and I also
featured
worked
products.
together on Mondays, so it worked out really good.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for a year now.
Yeah.
And social
That is
media
so
is
neat.
amazing
It
for
is.
that.
It
Yeah,
is.
right.
Do you have a time of day that you do it?
We always aim for about 5
In
o'clock.
between 5 and 6, but
Depending on how busy it is, it's sometimes 7:30.
sometimes it's after we close, but we still try to do it because we do have people that watch. So we just keep doing it.
I think that's so great.
Well, you
Yeah,
kind of
it's
talked about your region being from Orem to Cedar City. So do you ever take your Facebook Live on the road, or are you generally
That's-
in Spanish Fork?
We stay in Spanish Fork most of the time.
Yeah.
But
we
you have gone.
We have gone. And that's
We
one of
have
our
gone.
favorite segments. And so people get so excited about our On the Road series.
Oh,
Which
fun.
we had so much fun. We went to like Cowboy Donuts here in Spanish
Yep.
Fork. Where else have we gone
We
here in
did.
Spanish?
We did in one shot. So we went to Cowboy Donuts. They were our first on the road. So in the summer,
And
we're
what
like,
did you do there?
so we just let them show us around because they were new, and
Okay.
they donated a box of donuts.
That we
so
could
we
give
did
away on
we
our
did a
page.
giveaway on our page.
Cute.
And then we went over to Fizz because they were kind of newer, and
love
the felts are awesome. I'm gonna give them a shout out. They're awesome, and they give us free drink cards all the time to hand out. And then we went to the Wildflower Studios because they were all in that area, and so
And then
we
that
just
was
did 'em
just,
all.
and that was really, really popular. So then from there, we kind of took it to like events happening around in our community. Because for our desert book, we take people from Orem down to Cedar, down to Price, Ephraim. That's our whole area
Yeah.
that we serve.
Okay.
And so we went to like Smash Fork Fiesta Days, Pace and Onion Days. I went to Huntington for the 4th of July.
I went
That
to
is
the
so
Orem
fun.
Colonial Days, took my kids up there, did a live. Yeah.
And so how long are your live segments? Are they just
It just depends on what we have that we need to feature. Or,
Most of the time we keep it under 20 minutes. I mean, that sounds like a long time.
Right.
But when, you get us together, we're just rambling for 20 minutes.
we know how that is.
we are trying to improve that for the new year because,
Well, show us what you have today.
Okay, so we have some really cool things. So this is one we're going to be featuring a lot in the new year. So this is from President Uchtdorf, The Gospel at 30,000 Feet. We all love his
bet it's a good one.
airplane analogies,
Yes.
his inspiring stories. So these are all his stories compiled into a really pretty book. I mean, they just put some real cute artwork in there.
Okay, so
with
these
the
are stories that he's already told, or are any of
There
the
are a
stories
few
new?
new ones in
Okay.
here too. So
Okay.
you'll find out some
Ooh,
new
I
stuff
want to
about
read
President
that
Uchtdorf.
one. I love him.
I'll show you the best picture in here, though. Let me find it. It's right here on this last page. I saw this. This is just President Uchtdorf to a T.
Oh, I
Him
love
sat right there,
that.
his feet up on the desk.
That's
In front of an
awesome.
airplane. There you go. That's what you want from President Uchtdorf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Awesome.
awesome.
But yeah, there's the other thing. Mindy, do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, and then I was going to say about this. So we do have it on the book on CD as well, and I think he's reading it. The CD is his voice.
Oh,
so
I love that.
Yeah,
cool.
so that's really awesome. So anyway, we brought this. It is called Router Limits. We've had it
About a year, yeah.
in our store, but now that Christmas is over, we brought this because Christmas is the time for electronics. We get new
Yes.
phones, our kids get tablets, iPads, whatever. So this is just going to help you control the screen time. So you hook it to your router and you can pretty much control any device that's hooked to the Wi-Fi. So if your kids' friends come over, you can see what they're looking at. If your kid's grounded, you can turn off their device.
Where was
and-
this when my children
Yes, yes. You can enforce like restrictions on YouTube.
And you can even
anything.
set schedules for when people can be on Wi-Fi
Yeah.
in your house. So if you want it turned off at 11, you can turn off
Yeah, you
everyone's
want the
Wi-Fi at
kids to-
11.
How much is this?
So it's on sale right now for $79.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
That
it's
is-
right.
that's a good.
It's regularly $99.99. So, and we brought this. This is what it looks like.
That's all it
it's
is.
Just a little mini. Pick it up
and easy to hook up.
Yeah.
How many devices? Does it limit out like at 5 or 10? Or
I think it does as many as you
Yeah,
have
as many
connected
as
to
you
your
have.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, that is
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's a
That
great.
really is
That's a
amazing.
great one to come get
Yeah,
after
it is.
Christmas.
Yeah. Or gifts throughout the year, birthdays, and
you
great
go.
ideas for parents with kids that are all entering that.
Yeah.
Well,
new
I just love
smartphone
it down
era.
there because you have the books and then you have these things, but like your decor because
I was
love
gonna say,
that.
like,
There's
yeah.
such a wide variety of everything down there.
They like to make fun of me also because
she's gonna talk about
I
food.
eat a lot. Yeah.
The food is great too.
Just saying, the chicken salad is not bad.
And the frozen rolls, I love that idea too.
They're world famous frozen rolls. So you can come get them.
Yeah.
Are they already baked?
We don't do the fresh baked anymore. We just do frozen
Okay,
now.
so frozen, so you just let them rise?
They have a refrigerator area, and then you have
I've
like
never
BYU
We have the
ranch.
BYU ranch.
Yes,
It's the best
my
thing in our
favorite.
whole store.
I'm so glad it's down here.
It is the most popular thing in the store. Is
Is
the
it?
BYU ranch.
It is.
It is
I
so
mean,
good.
Ranch dressing for
Yes,
salad?
Ranch
and
dressing.
it's the best.
That you
It
get at the
is.
BYU Creamery. You don't
Yes.
have to go to Provo. You just can come down to the store.
I mean,
I always know where the food is.
the only thing we sell out of is the BYU ranch.
ranch.
It's like every week
Well, I
we're
would
waiting
go
for
to
more.
Provo just to get BYU
Yeah.
ranch and the cookies and cream chocolate milk.
Oh, well, that's worth
Yeah,
it.
that was good.
Good stuff. Amazing story. Thank you
Yes.
so much for enlightening
Do we
us.
have more time? I
Just
just
a little
wanted to
bit.
ask real fast if would you suggest buying things online and having it shipped to the home or coming to the store?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we now start, we didn't before, but it's been a month, 2 months or something. They have started that you can order online, the site to store, like, Target's offer, Walmart's offer.
Yes.
Now we offer that. So you can order online, have it shipped to the store, and not have
Free
to pay
and
that
then just
shipping.
pick it up.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That's
So-
great.
Yeah.
But is there a little parking area for that person?
Designated
Yeah,
spot.
that designated
You pull
spot.
up
I
the
just want to
back,
know.
call Minty, and she'll bring it out.
And Wayne will bring it
Job. But
I'm totally kidding.
totally bring that up.
We'll text Mindy. Can you send
Yes.
We just put a little spot out front to go pick up our
And you can call us as well if you're not good online. Call our store. We can take care of things over the phone. We can ship it. Most of the time, we can ship things for pretty cheap, cheaper than what the online is going to charge you.
You guys,
So-
thank you so much for
for
coming.
having us.
Yes.
I love the router. limits.
Yes, I need
all.
one.
and I'll be buying this.
Perfect.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
are
we'll just
amazing.
leave these here.
Yes, leave it all.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Yeah,
New Year,
Happy
you
New Year to you
guys.
guys.
Happy New Year, and
see you
thanks
guys
again. Coming up next, it's time for Clean Out the Clutter. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Got too much stuff in the old house? Time to clean it out. Welcome Mallory Nelson to the conversation. Welcome.
Guys, it's good to be here.
And this is Mallory.
This is my cute daughter, Mallory Nelson. She's my oldest and wisest, and she keeps my life organized, guys. So I think she's going to help us out today.
Oh, good.
I would like to say she got it from me, some of my genes. But,
I would agree.
Yeah, but so much more enhanced.
I'm totally not
much better.
surprised.
Yep.
Not surprised at all.
I like to make lists. She just takes it one step further.
Okay.
And
So
good.
organizing or planning, where do you
A
start?
little bit of both,
Okay.
but I feel like we need to start with planning because if you want to, organize your life, you kind of have to plan it first.
Okay, how do you start?
that makes sense.
So this is what I do. With the new year, we think about New Year's resolutions, right? So that is the first thing you want to do. You want to think about what are my priorities, what are my goals I have going into this new year, and write those down. And then what you do when you write down your goals and priorities is you're kind of making the template for your year. How do you want it to go? What do you want to accomplish? This is going to determine what you do on a day-to-day basis and then what can wait for another day. So
Okay.
priorities and goals
Heaven help
first.
us.
Heaven help us. We're going to try. So the next thing you need to do, everyone's a little different. You need to decide how you want to plan. I am a paper person.
Me too.
So I've got notebook and paper planner.
Okay.
So I really like
in
this
both.
one.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. No, but this is good because the other method is to utilize your smartphone, any kind of phone. I personally have used this in addition to Google Calendar and like just notes
Oh,
on
yeah.
my
On
phone.
notes
Yeah.
on
I
my
think
phone.
everybody is kind of a little bit
Yeah.
of both too.
Yeah.
I think
that's
I
cool.
think that it's part writing it down, but then to execute it to
I have to have it with me.
electronically
Yes.
do it as
Yes,
part
because
of
you
it
kind of
too.
need like the electronic reminder because this is great, but if you forget to refer to it, it's nice to have a little alarm go off.
And
in
the
your phone.
paper
Very good.
may need more information. Like I'll put things on my
Yes.
calendar, but then in my day planner, I'm like,
It's almost
da-da-da.
journaling about
Yeah,
it a
like
little
I need
bit.
a lot more information.
Yeah.
So-
So is that what
Exactly.
this is for you?
Exactly. So this is what this is for me, and I try and make sure that my planner is one that has the month view, and and then like a weekly or
Okay,
day
that's
to day
exactly
view.
mine. Yeah.
Because you kind of need to look at it with a month view at a glance and see, okay, what are my days I'm booked? You know, I've got this appointment, I've got this scheduled. And that's kind of what you want to do when you figure out what you decide to plan with. So a planner,
Right.
then you want to go through and write down any scheduled events or appointments you have going on so that you have those secured. You don't have to worry about them anymore. If anyone wants to make plans with you, you know that you have your events and schedules written down.
Okay.
So, and then I think the most important thing is just getting in a habit of checking it daily. And then also, I like to go through and plan my week out every Sunday and say, okay, like, oh, I forgot I had this appointment coming up. I'm so glad I looked.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to schedule every day. I like to do schedule my top 3 things I have to get done. Because, you know, we
That's
make
a good
these
idea.
to-do lists and it's like sometimes there's 20 things on there
Yeah.
and no one can do.
Right.
Well, maybe someone can.
And some things you
Not
can
the
shuffle
average.
to the next day, but you kind of taught
Exactly.
me that. But there's some things that have to be done that day.
Exactly.
So make those your priority.
Yes, so just pick your top 3, and that goes back to your priorities and goals. If you set a goal for the new year, say you want to try and exercise, 4 times a week or something, then you can go back through and say, okay, today one of my top 3 is get in that exercise. And then, something else that falls low on your list, like maybe it's laundry. You don't care to do your laundry
Yeah.
so much, then that's okay because you got the most important thing
Okay.
done for the day. The laundry can wait another time.
Okay.
So take it back to your priorities and goals. So yes, another thing I like to schedule in is called a power hour. It sounds interesting. So you know how there's just those things on your to-do list that don't need to be done immediately, but eventually you kind of
always
have to
put
get
them
it done.
off, right.
You always put it off.
Right.
So I like to do is, it depends on your life. For me, I like to schedule a power hour in once a week. Some people are different. They could do it once a day if they want to. But what you do during the power hour is you tackle those things that have just kind of fallen off the list, and then you can get them done. You have it scheduled and say, okay, I'm going to get this done today because it's my power hour.
Right.
So for me, like right now, I need to get a copy of our house key made. That's on my power hour list. 'Cause I'm
I know.
like,
I was just going to
need
ask
to.
what would be on your guys' power hour because just
Yeah.
thinking of that, I'm like, when all the mail comes in and you open it,
And then it just sits.
Yes,
I need to go through like my old stuff from the last year bills
Yes.
and all that and
things.
shred it all. Yep, that's what I need to do.
So it's like stuff that you just kind of like,
You dread.
I don't want to
But
do
once a
it,
week,
but
with you saying it's just
Yeah.
1 hour a week,
Right,
I'm
and then
like,
you
oh,
can
I
kind of
could do it.
compartmentalize, like your mind, like take it off of that list. And put
Yes.
it there to the power hour, so you're not
Yes.
constantly thinking
Yeah,
about.
okay, that's
it's not
good.
like,
I
it's
can
kind of
do it.
like mental clutter when you sit and have
Yeah.
all this stuff that you know you need to get done. It's nice to just be like, hey, I'm going to get it done on my power hour list, and it's
like
over
that.
with.
And stay
I like that
focused.
too.
I have a really hard time with that
focused.
because I'm the type that when I start cleaning house, do any of you
Squirrel.
do this?
Yes.
Yeah, you start in one room and you're like, oh, I'm here, and then you go put something else
Right.
away, and you see something, and you're like,
Yes.
oh,
You're like, I'm
and then
gonna
you
do that.
totally
I have
end up
to
in a
say
completely
out loud, yeah, Angie,
different
stop.
area, and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to be over there,
Yes,
and
definitely.
you doing something
Yes.
completely different.
Yes,
So
100%.
that's why it's good, just like 1 hour block. You could even do like a half-hour block if it's not even that big of a task, and then
Okay.
you kind of stay focused. Or have you guys heard of that Pomodoro app?
No.
It's like,
Pomodoro.
okay. So it's a little timer thing, and you can
we
set
need to
it
write
for
that
as
down.
long as you want to. But it's supposed to be a productivity tool. So what you do is you can set a timer. So mine are in 15-minute intervals. You go for 15 minutes and then get 5-minute breaks in between. And so for 15 minutes, you just power through whatever you're doing, and you get a 5-minute break. And then you do 15 more minutes,
That's
and then
funny
get a
that we
break.
need 5-minute break.
And I'm like,
I feel like our minds are
yeah, and where are the little people when this is going on?
That's a good point.
Yeah, are they in the corner with a snack?
That's
it's
where your
like,
5 minutes is going to go.
Mom.
That's where the 5 minutes is
snack.
going to go.
It is.
That's where it is. It's for the kids.
Okay, so now after planning, get us to organization because
Right.
this is where I love Mal. She'll come to my house and I just love it. I'm like, clean my closet. I will pay you anything. I will do. I mean, she's amazing at this kind of
No,
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
kind of weird. I actually get joy from organizing.
There's some people that do.
I love it,
she
too.
does.
Especially when it's not your own junk.
Yes, right.
exactly.
You don't feel
You
the
don't have
connection.
that attachment, that emotional
Isn't that,
attachment.
it's
to
weird.
stuff.
It's really
Right.
weird.
So that's why I come in.
Right.
I help. It's good, and vice versa.
Right.
So my key thing for organization is simplify. You straight up simplify. So the less stuff you have, the less you have to worry about, the less you have to store, and the less you have to clean and organize. So that's your first thing. And so one book that I read is called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. Okay, it's a little bit OCD for some people, but there are like 2 key points that I feel can apply to just about anyone. So the first one is get rid of anything that is not useful or does not bring you joy. And then along with that, don't buy anything that is not useful or does not bring you joy.
But it might.
That's my problem. And you can't. Because then that shirt that I kind of didn't like, but I bought it anyway, I won't wear it.
Yep.
And it's
that's
true.
when it's helpful to have other people
That's
with you.
why, yes, the other people.
Yep.
Yes.
Because then you can ask them and say, do you like this? And then it's like, if you're questioning it though, that's probably a sign that you don't love it. You just kind of
Mallory,
like it.
you were with me in my new kitchen. We built a house 3.5 years ago, and you were there. And just the layout of the kitchen, and she was there, and I'm like, I'm wondering like where to put the glasses and this, and she just stood there, and she's like, just gets a feel for it. And then you're like, no, cups here, glasses there. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And I felt like I'm pretty good at that stuff, but you just
I don't.
And I loved, like, I had 5 women in my kitchen the day we moved, putting stuff away. They're like, why do you have this? And I'm like, I should have it. And they're like, no, out. And it was so helpful to have.
So
Right, like I've
other
held on
people
to
there.
it since I was married.
Yeah.
But I've
It's a
never
bundt
used
cake
it.
pan,
But
I know I'm going to
I can make a bundt cake.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
helpful.
I'm the
that
worst. Yes. Are you for hire?
Yes. And she purges well.
I do.
Yes.
I love to purge. That was another thing. Purge your stuff. Do it. I do it about quarterly a year, and then I just donate my stuff to DI. So
Okay, so it's just-
nice.
And she's done a thing like in my closet, like she'll hang the things backwards, and then when I wear the item, I turn it around and put the hanger forward.
Yes.
So then in like a few months, then you can see, oh, I didn't wear these items at all.
And
That's
then
a
you can
great
get rid of
idea,
it.
Mel.
So
Love it.
Yep.
it's fun.
Love the tips and tricks.
idea.
Well, believe it or
Thank
not,
you.
we are running out of time.
These
Come
are
back
great
another
tips.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
you, Mel.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
That was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. There is more studio chatter on the way. Wow, we made it again. What did we learn today?
So much.
Well, we learned that I can go a week without doing my hair. I
Yes.
don't know.
We need to try. I say we all try it.
Okay.
Not hard.
Natasha's doing that. Yeah, she already does that. Okay, me and Stacey are going to try. We're going to do
Oh,
that.
I'm sure that you can.
And I want to go home and organize and de-junk some more. See what brings me joy and what doesn't.
Well, you
I'm
know,
going to
the,
do that.
The New Year's such a good time after the kids get all that all those toys and new clothes. You need to.
Yeah, you do. Putting Christmas away, and I kind of bring out the old decor and be like, do I need this or not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gonna try really hard. Yeah, the toys, that part is easy for me.
Yeah.
Like
get
the
rid of the
kids
toys.
stuff, I'm not having a hard time with.
It's your
It's
stuff.
my stuff.
Yeah.
Because we have an attachment to it.
Why?
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's a memory.
if you
and
ever if you
feel-good.
ever watch an episode of Hoarders and they're like, you're emotionally attached to it. It's me. I'm like, but I might.
I might want this. I haven't worn it for 20 years, but I
Yes.
want to wear that corduroy shirt.
Yeah,
when I go camping.
and there have been times just saying, no,
Yep.
I might need to
Yeah,
bring
I
your
know.
daughter over for a little bit of
I
help.
say we do.
Very-
That would
I'm
be
so
fun.
glad she came.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
she's
was
got
fun.
her stuff
and I
together.
love Deseret book stuff. I mean, that was
Aren't they
awesome,
amazing?
too. They were
Yes.
darling.
I
You
love
gotta
that
watch
little
that
thing
Facebook
for
Live.
people to like do all of their phones.
Cut
and-
your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Wi-Fi,
like-
sorry.
Yeah, but their screen time and
That's amazing.
monitoring, that's awesome.
Yep.
And remember to read Homegoing.
Okay, tell me
We're gonna
about
get
it.
everyone, a couple, we'll tell probably the end of January to read it.
Okay.
So it's a really great
Is it a
story
feel-good or is
about
it-
Africa, where Afua is right now with her
yes.
family, and so we're missing her, but so happy that
Yes,
she's
missed you awful.
Yeah, that she's with her family. How
Oh
fun
yeah,
is that?
so and we
Having so
can't
much fun,
wait
I'm
to hear
sure.
about it.
Yes.
Right.
That'll be an awesome trip. It's her mom's 80th birthday,
How neat
so
is that?
they went there to celebrate.
So amazing, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason that you're here. So thank you
Right,
again.
You're welcome. Anytime, you guys.
Thank you.
Well, and the one thing that we have in common, we all know that we have the same book. So
Yes.
just to, as a precursor to maybe next episode,
Yes.
one bucket list item that you would like to add in your books for this coming year.
For this coming year.
I want to plan another fun trip. I've always wanted to go to Mount Rushmore, and I always talked about it, and
fun.
everyone laughed and giggled about it. And finally, my husband for our anniversary said, I'm taking you to Mount Rushmore. And we did it, and I loved it. So I want to do something like that again.
Awesome.
And I want to see the Redwood Forest, so I think that's going to be my goal.
Redwood Forest is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Bucket list to me is a lot just going places.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
I need to think more about doing
Yes.
things or traditions,
traditions.
or going to the Nutcracker.
Yes.
There you
next
go.
Christmas, because I haven't been for so long. I listen to it and it just sounds beautiful to plan ahead.
So that
Yes.
could go on yours.
Yeah.
The Nutcracker. I like it.
There's even one at the Covey Center that you could start with. So that
Yes,
one's
that's very
local,
true.
and that one would be very easy for you to accomplish.
Yes, it would. Thank you. Very
There
much.
Okay,
There
so
you go.
little bucket list items too.
Yeah,
We need to do
not
those
be
as well.
overachievers and
Right.
think you have to go to Europe.
Right.
But maybe
we could go to
so.
Europe.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, my bucket
what's
list
on your
is to
bucket
cook.
list, Natasha?
A couple of places that I'd like to travel. So maybe Napa, and I'd still love to go to the Kentucky Derby. I don't know if that's
Oh,
gonna.
that
I don't know if
sounds
that's
neat.
gonna happen this year, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I hope hubby's listening. All right. Well, I think that's it for this time. So
Yep, you guys,
yes,
thank you.
Yes, thanks for
Here's a
joining us.
2018. There we go.
Here we go. Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the conversation.